Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is Captain Clyde MTG, and this is your captain speaking. Here in the background, I got a little gameplay footage while we talk, give you guys a little something to look at as we get through all this stuff. So, news today, before we get started, remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends and family, get the channel some support. Really do appreciate it. And as always, leave me some comments down below about the subjects we talk about or what you want to see in the next coming up videos. So with that said, today they have announced the end of early access uh, for the Magic game, like when the new sets come out, and this is a big deal in general for the creators who create the content. Um, One, this is going to really do a downturn on their views and stuff because they don't have, a lot of topics to make on YouTube maybe about the stuff that comes up if they just cover Magic, which means it's going to be a lot harder for those small to middle range YouTubers uh, who are trying to make video content and make a living off of it be able to do that since this is something that Wizards was doing just particularly for them to help them, and they've basically just taken that away from them. And one of the reasons why they did this, I really don't know. My main reason for thinking that is because, this is free advertising. I mean, yeah, it got them extra views or whatever, and maybe they made a little bit of money off of it. But in the long run, Wizards wasn't paying people to use this content or to do this content. It literally was just free advertising for them. So it's really weird to me that they would do this because it was just free, unless there's a some accountant somewhere talking about how they could save money by some XYZ method and not doing this. Um, with that said, I could definitely see that happening. Um, Only because they are doing their own YouTubes, their own videos, their own this, their own that. And it's very possible that they're going to try to corner the market on this to try to get those extra views and stuff for themselves to raise that bottom dollar any way they can. Because the good old WOCT, they're big business, and that's what big business likes to do. As much as I hate to say that. Um, so, with that said, I do think it's a bad move on Wizards of the Coast because they could do a lot more with having that free advertising, I think, than what they really um, are going to get from trying to do all this stuff themselves. But, once again, who am I to question the big dogs? I'm just some little dude somewhere. So, when it's all said and done, it is what it is. But it is sudden. Apparently, they just sent out some, which is one of the things I don't like about these big corporations. Like, it's supposed to happen like the next day. So like the day before, they just reach out with emails that trickle out through the public. Oh, hey, psst, by the way, we're not doing the thing, and you ain't either. So I really don't like that. But once again, like I said, it is what it is. Not a whole lot we can do about it other than just roll with the punches. So tell me what you think about it. I mean, I think it's a bad business move. Free advertising in any way, shape, or form that you don't have to do a whole lot of investment into, I think is great. Um, and I mean, me personally, I'm not real big on watching the YouTube stuff from Wizards of the Coast, but as much as I don't want to do that, if they lock out everybody else and I have no choice, then really what are you going to do, right? So it's a real interesting conundrum in that sense of the word because I just don't honestly don't know. Yeah, just don't know. So, with that said, I'll give you guys a little introduction after we've talked about that. So, this over here is my cat Prince. You've seen him in my intro video. I did a couple takes of that video. He didn't make it into the final video, but I did stick him as a thumbnail because love my kitty. With that said, up here, covering up this guy I'm playing, this is my Liliana uh, holographic foil, whatever you want to call it, metal print of Lily signed by the artist, which I got at Gen Con a few years ago, and I think is just the bee's knees because it is just too sweet. I love Lily. I love this form of this version of this art is just fantastic. Can't get enough of it. So with that said, we'll go ahead and move on to our next topic here. Let's talk a little bit about Magic Finance and the actual some of the older cards. Like let's talk about Reserve List. In this particular instance, let's talk about Revised. So this has been a hot topic for a while. In 2020, um, everybody was so scared about a market crash and nothing was going to be worth anything that all the big stores shut down their buy list. They refused to buy from anybody. So a lot of money that changed hands during that time was quite literally um, collection changing hands between individuals and not between individual to the store, then a store to an individual at a lower price. Um, and then also the stores got bought out of all their inventory because people really started sinking their money into all these collectibles. So when it came back with a vengeance, and everybody realized, oh hey, the world's not coming to an end. Maybe we probably ought to try to buy some cards and make money. Well, by then it's honestly too late. The market prices have already skyrocketed. You know, some of the buy lists there for a while were sporting um, like $1,000, $1,200 for like light plate and near mint dual lands and revised. I mean, woo. I mean, there for a minute it was a hot minute. Let me tell you what. Um, but yeah. But since then, some of the stores I've talked to and some of the people I've been talking to who work for stores and know the different store owners, they've really talked about how there's been a big influx on that buy list of people cashing out. Not just because, I mean, yeah, they can make money if they sold the cards themselves um, online or whatever, but when you take away the fees and the shipping costs and the possibility of getting scammed out of your $1,000 card, it's just so much easier to go to a store that you know isn't going to hose you and just get your money there and eliminate a lot of the risks that come along with it. And I really think that's what was happening. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. Um, but because of that big influx, like I mentioned before, and what they're saying, they're dropping the buy list prices because they're trying to, they don't want to, now they don't want to get stuck with all this stuff by cashing in, and then maybe it goes down again or something else happens. Now they're stuck with all these, pieces of cardboard instead of actual cash or cash flow to buy new product. And because of that, currently the revised list has dropped anywhere from 30 to 50% across the board on all the buy lists, which is just insane. We're talking an average of 40 cents, right? And that may not seem like a lot, or it may seem like a whole lot. I mean, depending how you look at it. But I mean, if you're paying 1,000 for a card, and then suddenly that card, you're only buying that card now for, I don't know, 500. I mean, that's really saying something. Now, also with that said, the thing I find very interesting is the sell price of the cards haven't retracted. And what I mean by that is, I mean, if you're going to sell something to somebody for 20 bucks, but they're selling it for 100, are you really going to sell it to them for 20 bucks? Or are you going to go to your buddy or a friend or somebody else and just be like, hey, man, this is worth 100, give me 40, and it's yours. And then not only is that guy going to be like, it cost me $100 at a store to buy this, of course I'm going to buy it for 40. And not only that, but then the guy who's was going to sell it to the store for 20 is now getting twice as much as he wanted. So obviously he's going to do that. Now I know if you go to a Magic Fest event or whatever, oh you can't do that because you get kicked out. People do it. I mean, am I fond of it? Not really. But I mean, is it good for people? I mean, yeah, if you get good deals, I mean, do what you got to do, I guess. But in the long run, that's what this is going to boil into. So one thing's got to give. Either the buy list price um, has got to change, or the actual selling price of the card has got to change. It's got to be one or the other, and maybe even both. Maybe instead of one going up or one going down, they kind of like meet in the middle. But either way, in one way, shape, or form, this is going to have to stabilize because it can't stay this way. That's just not how that works. Because it's going to be bad for everybody. I mean, it'll be good for some people who will make some money off of it, and I get that. And I'm not trying to say they shouldn't try, but it's just, yeah, I just don't see it staying that way. And who knows? I mean, worst case scenario, it drops. Me personally, if the card prices drop down to half again like it was before, um, I honestly think I might uh, invest in some revised lands when the price goes down because the price is just going to keep going up, guys. it can't stay down forever, especially these cards on the reserve list, which aren't getting reprinted. It's just not happening that way. So with all that said, guys, I really appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, tell your friends and family. Look forward to more videos like this and discussions while I play. Also, you can check out the decks that I'm normally playing when I go through this. I'll play this deck a lot for a while until the new set comes out. If you guys have anything you'd like me to play, a new deck or a new style or even a topic for discussion, let me know. Be more than happy to hear what you guys say and see what your input is moving forward on the kind of things we can cover in between these little lulls that we're going to have between sets and box openings. And man, I really can't wait to get back to those box openings. Strixhaven is going to be sweet. I think it's going to be a great product, guys. Really do. So, with that said, guys, I appreciate your time. And as always, until next time, be kind. This is your captain speaking. See you later.